दी अनम्यूट दी आपकी आवाज नहीं आ रही है.
जय गुरुदेव.
Jai Gurudev. Good evening. I am Trisha Roy. I welcome you all on behalf of the Art of Living and Sri Sri Center of Holistic Wellbeing. The Art of Living and Sri Sri Center of Holistic Wellbeing presents Introduction to Acupressure for Self-Healing. The daily grind of life puts the mind and body under a continuous stream of stress, which affects the body systems of digestion, nervous, respiratory, and others. Hand and reflexology helps to protect and correct the physiological imbalances by stimulating the nervous system. And today we have Dr. Shraddha Milinji. She is a senior Art of Living International faculty and program director for Spine Care and Acupressure program at the Art of Living and Sri Sri Center of Holistic Wellbeing. So we welcome you, Dr. Shraddha ji.
Thank you. Good evening. Jai Gurudev. Thank you, Trisha.
So, Doctor, we have some question with us from our viewers. So, shall we begin with that?
Yeah, sure.
Could you please tell us something about acupressure and reflexology?
Yes, acupressure is a very traditional science, and acupressure started long, long back as an observational science. Observational science is like some people observed during ages that suppose you take a hand goes like and you press here and oh, good relief, isn't it? Somebody has leg pain and not able to sleep well. Somebody presses their feet. What do they say? Good relief. So like that during the war times, World War and other wars, many soldiers observed that when they press certain points, they could get relief on a different part of the body which needed healing. And over a period of years, it developed into a science called as acupressure. The Indian roots for this is marma. Long, long back, it started when ancient sages had spoken about it. And in normal lifestyle, now it's blended into the form of marma, acupressure, shiatsu, different names in different countries. This simply means that by pressing certain points on the body, over the skin and over the bone in certain parts, they give a good healing to some associated local or different or distant organ in the body.
So, Doctor, is it useful for personal and daily use, and how does it work for our self-healing?
Yes, it is useful in daily life and for personal as well as others healing, because these points are connected to the nervous system. And every day, whether somebody is sick or not sick, they accumulate certain amount of stress. So stress, if combated at the earlier stage, can lead to good health. So it's essential and good to use these points in everyday life.
Okay. So is this science authentic? I think not much research has been done on this subject.
Yes, yes. We don't have much research on corona also. Any science is an observational science. When human beings have observed certain thing in nature, from that they have derived certain formulas, certain principles they have taken, and over a period of time, many people have experimented and got some results. So this is also an observational science, authentic. Why authentic? Not much research has been done on this subject worldwide, but the results speak of its authenticity. You press a certain point, somebody has a nose block, you can try this now. You just press it here at the end of the nostril, external nostril, just above this border, and press it for maybe few seconds and release and see if your breath is better.
Yes.
So this is the authenticity.
Okay, that's nice. So, Doctor, this is a combination of many questions asked by many of our viewers. How is stress related to illness? These days, many people are suffering from insomnia. How stress is causing sleep disorders, and what are the consequences of sleep disorder, and how does acupressure can help in sleep disorder?
Yes, yes. Stress, as we say, stress is in common terms, let us define stress as less time, more work. less time, less ability, more work, no? In these terms. And like many people are multitasking these days. So in
Yes.
this multitasking, there is an additional effort required from everybody to fulfill the tasks. And this, in today's life, we call as stress. Okay. Now, what happens whenever there is stress? There is a series of physiological and chemical changes happening in the body at the level of nerve conduction and hormonal imbalance, what we call. Okay. And then this ultimately results in the um, a little bit different form of functioning of the various organs. So we call it that the organs are under stress, especially the kidney, the heart. They require more energy, and this energy is diverted into different musculoskeletal activities. And that is how they are under stress. Now, sleep disorder is a very common condition these days. One, because of stress, as you said. Second, because of overthinking. Overthinking is also stress. Same thought coming repeatedly, like today's Facebook Live, and you have to attend at, say, 9 p.m. is a good thought. But from morning, if you think about it 30, 40, 50 times, it adds to stress. As simple as this. No? So like this, every day in multitasking, people are having a flooded thoughts in their mind,
Yes,
and repeated
absolutely.
thoughts about the same thing. The task may be very simple. So there are some points which can relieve from this. First thing is you have to understand overthinking. So meditation is always a very good remedy for this. As we all know, in Art of Living, we do meditation twice a day at least. And then I'll give you one point. So there are certain energy channels over the body. We call them meridians. And there are certain points on hands and feet, which you call them as a reflexology or reflex points. So if you come in line with the little finger and cross the wrist line and go a little below, this point is very good for releasing anxiety, stress, and giving good. Okay, so you can do this on either sides, and 1 to 3 minutes is a good time for application of a point. Start with mild pressure, then moderate, and then little deeper if it permits. And then rubbing the thumb or the big toe on the back side vertically. This can also give. In the same way, rubbing the spine like we do for small children. You just move the hand over their back, like caressing, no? So that is also good for insomnia. So 3 points.
Okay. Why is acupressure so important, and why should anybody do it?
So if you give importance to anything, it is always so important. And what is so important always? That gives you benefit. No? That brings you out of some turmoil or some tension, or gives good relief, or improves your health, physical and psychological. And as acupressure does this, that is why it is very important.
Okay.
And it is very easy to do. Second thing is very accessible. I'm talking to you, you are talking to me, and suppose there is some stress, you can just press some point here or here and just keep talking to me.
Okay.
As easy as that.
So doctor, I was just thinking, what is the difference between acupressure and acupuncture? Like, is it similar, or what is the difference between?
The points that we treat with are similar.
Okay.
In acupressure, little accuracy, if it goes here and there, 19-20 what you call, that is okay. But in acupuncture, you need to be more precise, as acupuncture is done with needles, very thin needles, pointed needles, and you just prick it under the skin.
Okay. So, doctor, what would do you suggest to our viewers, that they should do some program on this?
Yes, of course. Of course, that which is beneficial should always be welcome. So acupressure is one such thing which is very handy, very easy, very doable. And don't need any specific subjects degree to do it. Anybody, anywhere can do it. Anybody. And we have a course, we have a program on acupressure. And there are two programs right now available with Shri Shri Tattva. And one is the Acupressure Hand and Foot Reflexology program, where we learn about the different points on the palm, back of the hand, and the feet. And another is Meridianology. So this Meridianology talks about 14 different pathways in the body and treatment through the points.
Okay, so how many types of reflexology are there?
Reflexology is like a mirror image. So it's hand and foot reflexology, face reflexology, ear reflexology, and spine reflexology.
Okay.
And zonology. Zonology is the whole science of reflexology developed from the different zones in the body.
Okay. Okay, doctor. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your time. So, thank you. So we are just going to share a flyer with you for our upcoming workshop. Okay, so this is the flyer of our upcoming workshop. So thank you, doctor. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
One small note I will tell before leaving.
Sure.
Like in the poster I read, no, there's inherent energy. So everybody has some inherent energy inside. And how best we utilize this for healing, acupressure is one very good example of that.
Okay. Thank you, doctor. Thank you so much.
Right. Welcome.
Jai Gurudev.
Jai Gurudev.
Jai
Jai
Gurudev.
Gurudev.